people at the home who said that children had been dragged screaming from their beds and had never been seen again. There was a statement which said that staff had chased one child along a corridor who had then leapt out the window. And that child was never seen again. And then we had a solicitor approach us who said that he had a client who saw a dead body.
I met somebody who was very, very distressed, who I knew quite well, and they were actually lying on this floor. I said, what happened? And I got a bit of the story. I was told about dead children. I was told about rather even, the rapes, the beatings, and related that this person had been through. So I made a disclosure to law enforcement, which is what you would expect somebody to do in my position.
We identify, because of stories being told, a need to go to Haut Garenne and search under the floorboards, and because we had people who were saying that they saw something suspicious. They believed it was a child's body. Ridiculous though it may seem now, we said we should be able to do it discreetly and it shouldn't cause a lot of fuss. Oh dear.
From the air, it's much easier to gauge the layout of the former children's home, so let's take a look at it. Now, the white tent that you can see there at the rear of the building nearest us, that marks the position of the first site that's been under investigation.
We went to Haut Garenne and we put Eddie, the cadaver dog, out into the grounds. And he went into the building then. He reacted very strongly in an area of Haut Garenne.
Could be a clue.
And we decided that the anthropologist should dig at that spot. The next morning, I was at home when I got a phone call to say that a human bone had been found. What the forensic archaeologist described as a piece of juvenile skull.
It was one awful Sunday evening when I took a phone call to tell me that there was a major issue erupting around the Haut Garenne and that the whole thing was going to blow up into something huge. I'll never be able to explain adequately how I felt when I took that phone call. And of course, then events from that point spiraled for quite some time, unbelievably badly.
Within no time at all, we were surrounded by media teams with long-distance microphones. So what we planned as a quick, discreet operation turned into a carnival.
The partial remains of a child were found at Haut Garenne at the weekend.
Police search for more bodies at a former children's home in Jersey.
During the 1970s and 80s, the Haut Garenne was state-run until it closed in 1986. Garenne means rabbit warren, which gives some indication of the kind of challenge police face in searching this building.
With every day that has passed since the search here began, the number of calls to the police incident room has increased. Fresh allegations of cruelty or abuse from those who spent their childhoods here. More locations to be searched. A flow of information that will keep forensic experts at Haut Garenne into the weekend and beyond.
Morning.
Morning.
Vicky, forensic?
Yep, sure. Elaine finished her taping yesterday.
We had senior members of the social services wanting to get in to Haut Garenne. And we were saying, go away. This is a crime scene now.
Jersey's former health minister says he has evidence of a cover-up of child abuse on the island dating back decades. He's published a report which he claims proves that the authorities failed to act decisively, an accusation denied by Jersey's chief minister.
These cases were not prosecuted when they should have been. They failed to act, and I believe their motivations for failing to act was the cover-up. This is just another particularly appalling example of the systemic child protection failure that we have seen in Jersey, sadly, over the years.
Can you come forward to the microphones, please?
We know that this has taken place over all those decades.
He, of course, is distorting
and
the
I'm the
truth.
first and only politician to have tried to rip the lid off
But
it
it
and
comes
sort it
from
out.
one disaffected person. He blew the whistle, he was sacked.
When this debate between the island's chief minister and his former health minister stopped, the real conversation started.
Because of his totally unacceptable conduct.
Frank, we're talking about dead children.
Yes, exactly. So you shouldn't be politicising it. You should now be throwing your support behind the police and behind every effort to find out who was responsible.
I've repeatedly
No,
expressed.
you're trying to shaft Jersey internationally. He had a long-standing agenda of basically trying to bring the government down. This, he felt, gave him a real opportunity to attack the government. I don't think it was aimed at me or any individual politician personally. It was the whole system of Jersey's democracy, Jersey's government, that he wanted to attack.
Yeah, well, this is why the Jersey establishment always hated me. I mean, I'm a pleb, I'm a prole, just came from Jersey's underclass, basically, and they just couldn't they just could never get their head around the idea, that somebody without money would actually, get into public life and actually defy them.